How's it going? In this video, I'm going to look at one specific lifter and give her prescriptions given her mobility limitations. We're going to look at Tamara, who posts on the site. She has some knee issues, and she has possibly some hip issues, and she has some mobility limitations in the bottom of her snatch. She's an Olympic weightlifter in her 30s, and she's been lifting pretty seriously for at least a year, probably closer to 2. And she has some issues with vertical style squatting, specifically when her knees are coming forward, and it's causing pain in her peroneals, which are in the lateral portion of her shin. She thinks that the peroneal nerve is getting squeezed down on, and so it's hurting from anywhere from between her knee and her ankle on that specific right leg. And then she also just has general lack of mobility for weightlifting. So in this video, going to give her some prescriptions to combat against those mobility limitations. So I tried to make this video incredibly concise and fast, so you're not sitting here watching a long-ass boring video. So let's review it really quick. She's got weird mechanics in which her knee tracks inside of her toes, and so the things we want to work on, let's start at the hips, work our way down. We want to open up the anterior hip, we want to improve the external rotators, we want to alleviate tension above the knee, we want to work on the peroneals, and we want to work and try and strengthen the feet. So to review, we're going to use banded distraction, anterior distraction at the proximal hip to open up the hip, and then we're going to hit couch stretch after that. That's done every day before squatting. Also done before squatting is spending 2 minutes on the ball, lacrosse ball and external rotators. Work that in, so that can help get the femur out so that it tracks over the toes properly. At night, I would say every day for a few weeks, and then maybe every other day, working on this suprapatellar pouch right here with tack and stretch. You can even come up and tack and stretch on these muscle bellies up here. You can also take a barbell and kind of lay it across and then kind of roll it back and forth. That works too, but it leaves out the tack and stretch component. You can also roll on a PVC pipe, but it takes out the tack and stretch. You can also lay on it and then tack and stretch as well, but I like the pinpoint effectiveness of this lacrosse ball. We also need to work on the peroneals themselves just to alleviate their tension and pain, but remember, going back up the stream, all this stuff is tight, which is causing the weird knee tracking movement where it goes forward and really puts a stress on here because they're getting contracted really hard during a squat. So in order to free up the peroneals long term, the stuff at the knee and the stuff at the hip really needs to improve, specifically the hip and especially anterior and laterally. Moving on down, I think a long-term point of emphasis should be improving this whole arch thing, and then long term, we're thinking like taking a year to do this, trying to move in the toe angle even when walking. I would make it a point to walk on the outside of the foot, the lateral portion of the foot. That might help turn the angle around, but she's going to have to work on strengthening the arches in order to improve that foot action over time.